All right, good morning, everyone. How's it going? This is Johansson, just checking in for today. So I had a couple minutes, so I figured I put together a quick update on how I'm playing this market pullback, this crash, whatever you might want to call it. It's day number two. I mean, it's been happening for the last week. It's been volatile, but yesterday was the big day. We lost a lot of money. And then I just want to show you guys what I'm still holding, what I'm buying more of, and how I'm going to play this out for the next couple of days. So let's start off by looking at my portfolio. Actually, before we start off, as usual, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. It's just for entertainment purposes. Also, in the links below, you have a couple links for WeBull and Robinhood just to get some free stocks if you open an account. Same thing for Coinbase. And as usual, the most important thing, the best way you guys can reward me, man, is hitting me with a like button, hitting me with a subscribe button. I'm always going to be open, sharing my portfolio, sharing my moves, um, as just a regular person trying to make it in the stock market, right? I would really appreciate it if you guys kind of support me there and subscribe to the channel. So today we're up, 92%, at 0.92, sorry, $500, not a big deal. But look at the week, right? So we're up at 1.84,000. Where's the 84? Somewhere in here is 84,000, or 80 plus thousand, whatever. The point is that we're up 80,000 and up to 80,000. Then we dropped to 51, which I was freaking out about, right? But the key is to not sell, right? Especially if you believe in the stocks that you have. Went back up to 61, and now we're back to 60 plus. Okay. So overall, it sounds like we hit the floor, at least for now. So I've been taking some buying opportunities in. Once again, guys, if you're in here, I always, for me, for what I do for myself, I used to do a lot more short-term investment, but now I'm not doing that as much anymore, or day trading, because you can just get burned so easily. I'm trying to find stocks that I like based on my own research and other research that I see from other, whether it's YouTube bloggers or websites or anything like that. Stocks that I really believe in, that I know for days that, what happened with yesterday, I'm going to hold, just because I believe in the stock and I'm probably going to buy more. So, that's my overall, like, what I like to do for the most part, and what's helped me keep afloat. And we're at the end of the day, we're still up, so that's what matters. And I think this is going to continue to rise back up. So, before I get into the stocks that I want to talk about today, I want to show you guys a quick thing with the Nasdaq, just to reconfirm my point. Right. So look, this is the Nasdaq over the last year. I can go 5 years if you want, but I'll go over the last year. This is with the pandemic. So what's been happening over the last couple of years, over the last year, is you get a rise, you get a peak at one point, you drop for a bit, you get another peak, you drop, and then you slowly pick back up. So do I think we're going to drop a little more? Maybe. Do I think we're going to hit the floor eventually and then start picking back up? And if you're buying when it's low, when it's cheap, you're going to make even more profits than before. Just think of it like a slingshot. What I think is going to happen in my portfolio here is that at one point, I'll go with the last month. At one point, I was right up here. Like, actually, you know what? Let me go right here. Nah, it's probably too far forward. At one point in my portfolio, I was up to 75. I think it was almost 80,000 or 78,000. I had a big drop with all the GameStop information that was going on. Everybody was putting out the money in the stock market and investing it elsewhere. I got as low as 46,000. What did I do? Continue to buy low on the stocks that I like, right? The ones that I believe in. And I had a big slingshot all the way up to 83. So like I said, almost 84,000. Now the same thing is happening here, right? Something else happened with the market. There's another big sell off, so on and so forth. I'm buying low, and I think now when I shoot back up again, I'm gonna cross that $84,000 mark. I'm probably gonna get to 90,000. I'm pretty confident in that. So, and obviously, I'll keep you guys posted throughout the journey. So let's start off with the stocks. My three main stocks that I always talk about, and then two stocks I added to my portfolio today. Number one is STPK, right? So this one's been getting crushed over the last week. It's down 23%. It got up as high as 49,000. So remember, STPK is a SPAC merger that's going to merge with STEM. It's going to be really big on the Biden play and everything else on the clean energy side. This is for sure my favorite stock. Even though it's down this much, I'm still not worried. So what I've been doing is I've been buying $500 here and there. So yesterday I bought a few. Today when it was around right here at $35, I bought a few more. This thing is going to go back up at one point to 49, almost $50, and it's probably going to climb even higher. And I'm going to be sitting just fine. And at the end of the day, we're still up too. So that always helps when you get in a position early and you hold. You're not setting back and forth. I haven't lost money yet, so that helps me keep a fair ground on it, and that's all. Um, Number two right here, Churchill Capital. So I got wrecked at Churchill. The valuation came a lot higher than we're supposed to. They strategically did it, so they did it way after hours, where I couldn't sell at that point. At least Robinhood after hours up to 6 o'clock. So I got burned. I lost most of my gains. But that's okay. At the end of the day, I'm a long-term investor with Churchill Capital, with that Lucid Motors merger, and it just happens that I'm not gonna have to just hold almost everything I had until it continues to go up. I was gonna sell a little bit if it continued to spike up near like 60 or 70, wherever it was a week ago, up to what is it, 62 here. But now I'm just gonna, I'm just a long-term investor at this point. Every time I see more buying opportunities, like today, I'll probably buy a little bit more. Look, at the end of the day, guys, this is gonna be supposedly Tesla's biggest rival. They have one of the chief engineers on their side. Next year, they're gonna start rolling out cars. The cars are beautiful. They're gonna be expensive. They're gonna make money out of them. Um, and if this is gonna be Tesla's rival, where's Tesla at today? 600, 700, $800, continue to go up. Could this be a year or 2 or 3 years from now, a $200 to $300 stock? I think so. So you can potentially 10x if you get at this point. So I'm holding on strong. I'm not going to sell. Now, if I didn't believe in the company, I thought it wasn't good, I would have sold. I would have taken the loss. But that's not how I do it. MP. This is flying, which is great because they had a bit of a rough week. Up 5% at one point. It got as high as to 46. Now we're back to 42. I think it's going to continue to go up there. This is going to be big, especially now that China's cracking down on rare materials tax, sorry. Which this is what these guys do. They're pretty much the biggest players in the U.S. to do it. This is my second largest position here. We're having a good day so far. I bought some of the dips yesterday. They have a catalyst upcoming. Their earnings call is going to be on March 18. So beware for that. I think they're going to have a great earnings call, and I think this stock is going to pass 50 relatively soon. So those are the update on the three main stocks. So what did I add today to my portfolio? I've been meaning to add this for a while, and I'm almost mad that I didn't do it earlier because it's been having such a great week. But that's Disney. So let's look at Disney over the last year, right? Actually, the last 5 years. Their highest peak at one point was 151. Then throughout the pandemic, they dropped as low as 80 something, 85, right? Now they're up over 200 almost, right? So why do I like Disney? The streaming service is going really well for them. They just reported on the last earnings call. They're starting to come back up. The parks are not even fully like at capacity at this point, right? Because of the pandemic. So think about it. Their stock is blowing up on future potential just from the streaming services, everything else that goes on that side. Just wait until the vaccines start to continue to hit. Stimulus checks come in, the parks increase their capacity, and people feel safer. This is going to be a stock that I never invest so much in stocks that are this high of a market value, but this one I feel good about. I think this stock can eventually, 1x at one point, maybe in the next year or so. So, I figured it was time to start investing in some of the stocks that got hit pretty hard from the pandemic, because eventually they'll start recovering even more. Some of them have already recovered. I'm obviously even late to this one, but that's how strong I feel about Disney. I only added $1,000 of shares because I want a dollar cost average in. It is on a nice run, so there might be a dip here and there, and then eventually I'll buy that dip. But overall, look at that: 16% of the last month, 35% of the last 3 months, and 50% of the last year. So feel good about that one. The other one that I wanted to buy, but I've been meaning to buy for a while, was going to be Marathon Patent Group. See, I bought it today, up 5% already. Only bought $1,000 because I want a dollar cost average in. I've been meaning to buy this for a while. I saw the stock when it was in the 20s. I wish I would have bought it then, but hindsight is always 2020. That being said, I bought some today. Bitcoin, I saw that it had a large drop for the most part, so it gave me a good buying opportunity. The stock was sitting as high as 40 something bucks over the last 47 or so over the last couple months, and now I think it's a good opportunity. So I'm building some equity here. I'm sure it'll drop at one point. I'll buy some more in, but this is a good play, especially if you want to get into these crypto mining stocks. So I like this one a lot. So that's really all I have for you guys today, right? Give you an update on my portfolio. We're slightly up today. I think we'll be coming back. STPK is a little bit down, but that's going to recover. CCIV, we're long-term players at this point on that one. MP is kicking butt. I have no worries on that one, and there's potential catalysts coming up in the future. And what I added today was Disney and Mero, and I'll be dollar cost averaging in every time I see a day where there's dips of 2 to 3% on Disney and Mero. It's a lot more volatile. Whenever I see a 5 to 10% dip, I'll buy a little more. This is going to be a good one for the long term. So as usual, guys, once again, just to remind you, if you like the content, please hit me with a subscribe button. That's the best way you can thank me for sharing my portfolio and sharing my picks. And I'll catch you guys next time. Good luck.